Okay, so lovely to see you both. Thank you so much for having me, Yewande. It's lovely to be here. And Yewande's asked me to talk to us a little bit about how time management and managing our stress can improve our sleep. So that I have a number of tools that I'd like to share with you because as we know, in our busy, busy world, in our busy, busy minds, we can sometimes race off to bed and lie in bed with everything going around our head like mad. You're both nodding, so you've obviously been there as well. And it can make it really difficult to go to sleep. And sometimes what can happen as well, and you may have experienced this, is that we'll go to sleep because we're exhausted from a busy day, and then we'll wake up in the middle of the night with everything going flying around our head as well. Yewande, does that happen for you? It looks like it does. You're nodding. Yeah. What about you, Sean? Do you find that happens to you? Yeah. Okay. So what I'd like to do is to offer you some tools and techniques that in combination all work beautifully together, but you can also use them separately depending on what works for you. So Sean, I promised you I wasn't going to make you jump up, do star jumps or leave your chair, but I am going to ask you just to sit with your feet flat on the floor. Sit with your back upright but relaxed. And I'd like you to either just lower your gaze or close your eyes and just become aware of your breath. And as you become aware of your breath, just notice it coming into your nose and out of your nose. And just notice if it's cool or warm. Does it rush in or does it come in really slowly? Is it gentle? Does it have a strength to it? How intense is that breath? And as you become aware of your breath, I'd like you to become aware of your ability to focus that breath on the in-breath into your diaphragm, into your belly. So imagine that you have a beautiful coloured balloon in your belly, any colour that you choose. It could be multicoloured, it could be one of those marble ones, it could be sparkly or shiny, or whatever you choose. And as you breathe in, you're going to inflate that balloon in your belly. And as you exhale, you're going to deflate the balloon in your belly. And so just doing that and becoming really mindful about blowing up your balloon in your belly with every inhale. And now I'd like you to see if you can blow up your balloon to a count of 5 and deflate your balloon to a count of 5. And blow up your balloon to a count of 5 and deflate your balloon to a count of 5. And just making the transition from the inhalation to the exhalation nice and smooth. Excuse me. Making that transition seamless as it comes in and out, in and out. And this breathing is called balanced breathing. And what it seeks to do is to balance your autonomic nervous system. So very often when we're stressed, we have a parasympathetic dominant nervous system. And what we want to do is to bring your system back into homeostasis. So just doing some balanced breathing before bed or at any time when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed or anxious will bring your system back into that beautiful homeostasis, that really nice and balanced, grounded state. And this is a tool that's available to you wherever you are. It's always with you. And so when you're ready, just come back to me here. Sean's gone.
I was nearly on there.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. So you can use the balanced breathing to help just bring yourself back into balance. And then step 2 is to literally do a brain dump of everything that you have whizzing around your head. Now, what you might find helpful is to categorize these things. So you might have a work column, you might have a personal column, you might have a family column, for example, or any variation of those depending on how your life looks for you in the moment. But I would recommend that you literally brain dump everything, do some more balanced breathing, and then brain dump whatever else comes up. And search literally into the corners and the crevices of your mind and your heart as to actually what is on my heart, what's on my mind, so that once it's all down on paper, there shouldn't be anything, you shouldn't be holding anything left. So if you know that you're holding something, you're going to have to search it out so that it can go on your piece of paper. Once you've got your list, what I'd like you to then do is to work out actually how many of those things are tasks. Because if they're worries, that's one thing. But if they're tasks that need to get done, that's when we start to work out which one those are. And of the tasks, how long is each task going to take you? And be realistic about it. You know, I have definitely fallen into the trap of trying to do 48 things in a day that can only fit 12 things in it. So be realistic about how long each task is going to take you, and then add 10 or 20 minutes to it, just for that overlap time when things take a bit longer than you expect. Then I'm going to show you, if I can just share my screen. Where it's gone? Where's it gone? Then I'm going to show you the urgent importance matrix, which is also known as the Eisenhower matrix, which you may have seen before. Let me know, can you see this all right? So with your tasks, once you know how long each one's going to take, I'd like you to then use this matrix to figure out actually which are my priorities. So on the left-hand top quadrant here, you've got urgent and important. And in the Eisenhower matrix, they call that the do quadrant. Now, I'd recommend that you have no more than 5 things in here, because otherwise the temptation is just to put everything in there. So it really, really requires you to go, actually, what are the top 3 to 5 things that I need to achieve today? And they go in there. Then you've got the rest of your tasks to go, okay, so what is important but not urgent? So that's when you put it in the next quadrant along, the not urgent, decide when to do it quadrant, the important but not urgent. So then you can look at, okay, it needs to be done, but not today. So when do I need to do it? The next quadrant down is the not important but urgent quadrant. And it's often called the delegate. So what can you delegate? What can you give someone else to do that doesn't need to be done by you, but it does need to get done? And then the final one is the delete column, quadrant, which of course is the one that actually doesn't need to be there at all, and you can just let that one go altogether. And it's really freeing and liberating to just take all those bits off your task list when you go, actually those things don't need to be there. And you might find that some of those worries that were there initially, you're able to let them go. So this is a prioritization tool that helps you work out actually what are the things that I need to be focusing on. I'm going to stop sharing that one, see if I can pick up the other one I wanted to show you, which I don't seem to see it, so I don't know why that is. There's another tool that I've got that's called a daily planner, and it splits it down into chunks of time. Hello, darling. And once you've worked out how long a task is going to take, then, and you know which ones you need to do next, then you can literally schedule them in to your daily planner. And have you heard of a technique called the Pomodoro technique? Brilliant. Okay, do you use it much? Okay. If time is getting away from you and or being stressed and time management is a problem, I'd highly recommend you try it. It is a brilliant, brilliant tool, and it's called using the power of one to focus and get one thing done at a time. Otherwise, we can have shiny object syndrome where we have 16 different tabs open at once, literally on your computer or metaphorically in your head or more, which actually makes us less effective and less productive. So Yewande, if I can have permission to send both you and Sean some documents that will help you with this, then I can, because I can't share it for some reason, I very happily share these with you so that you can see what some of these tools are and how they work. But so what you do is you then schedule in all those tasks, and what also can happen is you kind of realize, actually, I cannot physically fit that many tasks into this day. And so again, it helps you prioritize, okay, of the time that I have available, which of these ones need to get done today and which need to move into tomorrow, or which do I need to delegate or, get rid of altogether. So that's brilliant. And the thing that's really important with the Pomodoro technique is the 5-minute break. So the way the Pomodoro technique works is that you decide on a task, you switch off all your distractions, every single thing, and you set a timer for 25 minutes, and you sit down and work solidly on that particular thing for 25 minutes. And the key here is the 5-minute break. So when your 25-minute timer goes off, you go off and have a 5-minute break, whether that's a walk, make a cup of tea, whatever it might be. The alternative is that you work for 50 minutes and have a 10-minute break. So you'll have to play with it to see which one works for you best. So I hope that that is helpful and that you have got some ideas and tips as to how you can start to manage your workload so that you can get all of those things out of your head and into a format that feels more structured and more manageable, so that your system can go, actually, I've got this. I know that I've thought about this, and I know that I've created the space for this to get addressed in the next few days. So you can thank yourself, thank your subconscious mind, your inner voice for reminding you about all these things. You can say, actually, I've got that. It's covered. We're going to deal with it on Thursday. Does that make sense? And is that helpful? Perfect. So Yewande, you said that you might have some questions. What have you got to ask?
I think I'm going to stop recording now because that was brilliant. And thank you very much. Thank you.